Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on Baby Ruby, a movie about motherhood that seems to be very creepy and very negative, starring Jon Snow. Who is this movie for? Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this woman's having a baby. Baby Ruby, and Kit Harrington put it in her. He is Jon Snow. And then a bunch of other people had babies too. But she's having all sorts of trouble. Now, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be a metaphor for postpartum depression, which a lot of women suffer from. It's no joke, but I'm not sure why you'd make a movie like this. Who is this for? We'll leave you wailing into the night. Ha ha ha, IndieWire. I got an awful lot of quotes on this trailer, and I normally don't trust trailers with those kinds of quotes, because I feel like a lot of them are astroturfed, and I'm not a huge fan of IndieWire. So, but Jon Snow's in it, chills you to the bone. This is what cinema is all about. I don't know. Just seems kind of wrong and creepy here, like the baby bites her ear. Monstrously entertaining, a wicked bundle of joy. I mean, it'd be different if the movie had a little levity to it, like, because this is so ridiculous, right? It's so ridiculous that a woman is afraid of her baby, that the baby's trying to kill her. Even if it's a horror movie, it's kind of ridiculous. Written by Bess Wall. Directed by Bess Wall. Just feels like a huge slam on motherhood to a certain extent. An atrocious and... Oh, sorry. An audacious and riveting portrait of maternal life. Also from IndieWire. What, did you just keep quoting IndieWire? I don't know. Feels like they're being a little hard on motherhood in this. Who is this for? Right? You think a young mother wants to see a movie about a woman who's going crazy and may kill her baby? I don't think she wants to see that. Horror movies are generally for teenagers. Teenagers and in their 20s, you're on a date, you take your date to a scary movie, she jumps all over you, and then you go home, maybe you make it. Like, what other audience is there? Well, there's the people who just like movies and just like horror movies, I guess. There's not a lot of mainstream appeal in horror movies, except with some exceptions, like the really big ones, maybe. Maybe people want a scare, but do they want something this scary? Like a little too close to home? Like, you know, a movie about a mother who may or may not kill her baby because the baby's evil? Seems like a little extreme. I've said in previous videos, I have a friend, biggest horror movie nut I knew. Then he had a kid. Now he can't watch certain movies about kids in trouble. It's too upsetting for him. He just won't watch it. You could say, he's a wimp. Yeah, have a kid sometime and see your reaction then. Yeah, it just seems like I'm not quite sure who the audience is for this movie, other than pretentious horror fans, right? Like, ooh, this is an area of horror we haven't explored. Yeah, babies? I mean, Rosemary Baby was a thing. But that wasn't so much. That made it, I think, pretty clear. The baby was the son of Satan. Not just like some random baby that happened to be born evil. Or not. Maybe the woman's going crazy and it's about her delusion thinking that the baby's driving her crazy. I don't know. I think this could have been a fun comedy, maybe a horror comedy, but I'm not so sure something like this should be taken that seriously. I really just, it's like too much. I have no interest in this movie, and I kind of like Jon Snow as an actor. Kit Harrington, he's pretty good, I guess. I'd like to see him in something else. Seems like he'd be wasted here. He's not even the main character, really. And who wants to see this poor woman unravel? I don't. Sounds boring. Anyhow, first act, they're going to have a baby. Make a big to-do out of it. They probably go over some aspects of their living arrangements where they're a bit isolated from people and who their friends are. And, maybe she's making big statements about how easy it's going to be. And then she has the baby, but there's some problems. She kind of like passes out and then wakes up later and it's like, oh, where's the baby? And next thing you know, she's out the door. But they're telling her to trust her maternal instinct, but maybe her maternal instincts are a little off. Second act, they go home, they take the baby. At first, everything seems relatively fine, except the baby won't go to sleep, and it's driving the woman crazy. Then they ask their mother over, and then the mother watches it at some point, but then there's a shot of the mother, I guess it's the mom. It's an older woman, possibly breastfeeding the kid. I don't know if that's a hallucination from her part, or maybe it's some weird thing. Maybe she's a midwife. Maybe they hired her specifically to breastfeed, because there are women that do that. I don't know. It was weird. It was another weird element in the movie. I just thought, well, that's odd. Not scary, but odd. And then she keeps desperately talking to her friends, like, when does the baby go to sleep? Kind of thing. I can't tell if she's the crazy one or the baby's actually attempting to murder her. I mean, it says Baby Ruby as the title, so I gotta figure it's probably on the baby, maybe? I'm leaning towards that. But that being said, it's not particularly engaging movie. It's just kind of like, some horrible things happening that I kind of feel like I don't want to see. What's the ending of this movie? Well, I guess she could kill her own baby, but that would be pretty horrific, and I definitely wouldn't want to see that. So I have to assume that she doesn't? Or maybe it's possible she offs herself somehow, or the baby successfully kills her and then goes on to be evil at a 4th grade level. I don't know. It's just, I don't know who would want to see this movie. It's like, I like horror movies, but, I like a horror movie that's scary in a way that I can kind of get my brain wrapped around. This one just feels needlessly cruel. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see cruelty when I see a horror movie. I want to see something that's scary. Like, in a way that, oh my God, get out of there. Not, oh my God, this is horrific. That's like a different kind of scary. That's more like, someone stop this film. Scary. Someone stop this. And when you see something that maybe someone could stop, you have to go, why would anybody want to watch this from even outside what's happening? Is it that filmmakers are so disconnected from their own art, they don't understand their own audience anymore? Do they not understand people will be sitting in the theaters and who these people might be? I'm not saying you have to cater everything to an audience, but, there are people who, okay, again, it's mostly teenagers and 20-year-olds that are going to see something like Baby Ruby, if it even gets to a theater. So what is the message you're sending them? Like, well, babies are horrible. You might have to kill one. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Babies are just horrible and they may get this bad? It seems like kind of the wrong message. Like, what is it about this baby that makes it horrible other than this woman had it? Doesn't seem to resonate any kind of information in this trailer. So what am I going to watch? Am I just going to watch this woman suffer for 90 minutes? I don't want to see that. Like, there has to be a story here, a story in which there's hope that she can save her baby or herself, or that Jon Snow might save the day, someone. Just not like 90 minutes of, God, you have to be an idiot to have a baby. Look how horrible it could be. Like, I don't know what this movie is for. What is it saying? It just seems to be like, well, this is scary. I mean, wouldn't this be awful? I think there's scary and there's awful. Like, scary is a roller coaster. Awful is, well, wouldn't it be awful if someone ran up to you and stabbed you in the dark? Yeah, that would be pretty awful. It would also be scary, but it would be more awful than it would be scary. Movies, horror movies should be scary, not awful. That should be the experience, right? It should be like, not like, I don't want that to happen. I don't know. Maybe I'm off the reservation here. It just, lately, the trailer's coming down. Maybe it's because it's January, February, and a lot of them are dumped into January, February. I just don't know why they made this movie. Like, who had a burning desire to make a movie like this? I just don't see it. Where's the vision? Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. I will be at the White Horse Winery in Hamilton, New Jersey at 6 p.m. on Friday, and then at the Wildwood WildCon on Saturday. I think it's from 10 to 4. So hope to see you there, and we'll see you